Welcome to the live stream. Today we're going to be talking about how do I close a real estate deal, right? What are you going to take and what are you going to need to do in order to, close a deal in real estate investing? Um, a lot of people have a bunch of theories. One of the easiest ways is to, you know, you can buy deals off the MLS. When I first got started, it was a very common thing that wholesalers was locking up deals off the MLS and then assigning it to cash buyers, right? In today's time, that might not be as typical, but now we're going back into the market where that's you can do that at. So um, the biggest thing is just figuring out what are your cash buyers are actually looking for, and based on that and their criteria and their price point, the MLS may be appropriate, but you have to understand when you go fooling with the MLS type of transactions, the realtors is going to vet you, make sure your website is functional, make sure you know what you're talking about, make sure that you have a proof of funds from a local hard money lender, and make sure that you're able to put down that 1 or 3% earnest money based on the purchase price. So if you're broke and you're on a budget, I wouldn't even fool the MLS because all you're going to do is piss off a few people. But if you're established, you have a little money in the bank, and you're okay with putting down, $1,500 to $5,000 earnest money per deal you lock up on the MLS, that's perfectly fine. Another route is the auctions, like getting on a contract and doing your due diligence and hurry up and flipping that contract to actual cash buyers. Auction properties are really good. You can get great prices on it, especially if they're still tenant occupied or it still has the owner still residing in there. There's ways that you can send people over there to speak to them. May not be you directly, since you technically not allowed to disturb or talk to the occupants, but you can send other people on your behalf over there to try to negotiate like a cash for keys, or let them know the ownership group you're working with is going to be taking over the property. All of that great stuff. So that's the biggest thing that I can tell you guys, is to start to utilize your online resources if you're at that capacity. Now, if you're flat broke and you're just hoping and praying you can do real estate, I personally wouldn't recommend you do something like that because it's going to require skin in the game. Like auction.com, they want like, a $10,000, $15,000 earnest money. So they want to make sure that you're not playing no games with them. Let's see. What to do, Antoine? I've reached out to those two leads I told you about last week. One seller won 100,000 over what it's worth, and the other one didn't want to sell. Yeah, just keep chopping away at it. You know what I mean? The people that's asking over, just put them up on your follow-up sequence and continue to touch bases and follow with them every single month. Other than that, just stay consistent with the follow-up. I wouldn't put too much sleep on that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't worry too much about that, honestly, just because the money's in a follow-up. Yeah, the code enforcement list is definitely going to be your friend. You just want to make sure you stay consistent with it, and just follow up with people. But like I said, making sure that you understand all these different places where you can get deals on the contract at all your online places, all these different websites. Like I said, the MLS is definitely a great place to find quality deals in this market right now. You're starting to see a lot of inventory sitting. Another great gem is to close a deal is to focus on expired listings. So literally, guys, when you are pulling your list, folks, go to PropStream, pull a list of people who previously had their house on MLS, but for some reason it didn't sell or they delisted it, and then reach out to them. There's always motivation with the person who decided to go to the MLS for some reason it didn't work out. So you just got to work on your pitch, letting people know you buy houses. Sometimes you don't even got to say you buy cash. You buy houses and you create win-win solutions for both the homeowners and yourself. And that may be your pitch when you're talking to people on the phone, because maybe they did get a bunch of offers and that didn't solve their problem. So one of the best things one of the best things I tell people is making sure that when they actually get a homeowner on the phone, write down what their problems are, listen and pay attention. Because if you can help alleviate that and solve their problems, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, that's when you make the money. You make the money because you solve problems and you do things that the traditional avenues can't, right? Certain things the MLS can't provide for a seller that a wholesaler can, which is speed, convenience, and flexibility. So it's hard to get all of that on the MLS because there's certain things that relatives and brokers and agencies and title companies have to adhere to when it comes to traditional real estate transactions. But yeah, so that's the easiest online way. I did the auction before. I did, bought a few deals off the MLS before. It's definitely not as bad as most people think. Any other questions? Yeah, he said when he gets some deals, get some VAs. Hey man, when you knock out your next deal, get you a couple of VAs, set up your marketing, do what's necessary for your business. The more you invest in your business, the more you earn. That's what I tell people. And just stay consistent. The biggest thing I could tell you guys to close more deals is to stay consistent, follow up with people, network with relatives, network with title companies. One of my very first deals um, came from just cold calling title companies and literally saying, "Hey, here's my pitch. Hey guys, if you come across anybody who failed to close a transaction or for some reason just can't get it across the finish line, don't hesitate to pass the seller my information. I'd be more than happy to give them an offer and see can I get it across the finish line." You know how many times newbie wholesalers put stuff in escrow with title companies and they fall through. Title companies waste hundreds and thousands of dollars monthly um, on fees and transaction fees and title search stuff and all that for deals to fall through. So that's my biggest thing for you guys is to make sure that at the end of the day that you understand you can generate leads that way. Um, that's the Yeah, a good title company will change your business and what you got going on. A good title company, a good hard money lender, even if you're not buying hard money, a person who can vouch for you, maybe you exclusively underwrite your deals with this hard money lender. And when you send out the deals, you send out the pre-approved terms with the deals, and maybe you ask for a half a point. See, I'm gonna show you guys how you can add a little extra money into your assignment fees. If you get a half a point is equivalent to $500 per $100,000. So if they do a $200,000 deal, that's an extra $1,000 in your pocket, and plus your assignment fee. So if I'm doing a lot of deals in a particular area and this hard money lender is pretty solid, I'm just going to pre-approve or get my deals pre-underwritten to them and get them pre-approved because then your investors. Here's the secret sauce to this, and I don't think no one's teaching this honestly. Then your investors can't say it's not a good deal because you already got them pre-approved at 65% ARV, 70% ARV, blah, blah, blah. Here's the terms. Here's what they got to come into the deal with all of that. So everything's already done for them, so they can't make excuses. The rate locked in, all of that's done. So if you can start getting your deals pre-approved and then send them out to your to your buyers from hard money, then you know your deal a deal. Now if you go to your hard money and they don't want to pre-approve it, then the deal may be a little shaky, right? It still may work, but from the looks of the hard money people, they like, nah, we good. I don't want this. I don't want to do this deal. And they may give you feedback on why it might not be a good deal, especially like here in Baltimore. Like a lot of hard money lenders, they avoid a certain zip code, certain blocks, certain neighborhoods, just because it's just not a good situation for them in their lending practice. So that's something that you guys got to do a little extra work on and figure out, because at the end of the day, you make your majority of your money from networking. Any other questions, guys? Today's gonna be a short, sweet episode. I slide in here on a Tuesday, slide right back out. Got a lot of work I gotta get done today. So like I said, where you guys watching from? If you just joining, go back and watch. I gave up some ways that you can get deals closed without using traditional outbound marketing. I talked about the MLS, I talked about the auctions, um, all these different ways that you can get deals. But like I said, you definitely got to make sure that you know what you're doing, right? You just don't want to go out there and fall flat on your face and crack your teeth open. But other than that, guys, before we wrap it up, if you have any questions, do me a favor, drop your questions. I'm here to help you. I'm here to serve you guys to make sure that whatever questions you had, you get answered on a daily basis. Also, quick few announcements. If you look into the my link into my show description, we have an event February 10th and 11th. Pay what you want. With the whole pay what you want thing, you pay whatever you want. Click the link and pay whatever you can afford. I'm not gonna argue with you about that. If you need a VA, reach out to me. We can get you a VA. And if you want the whole setup, and the money isn't an obstacle, you got a few $1,000. You want us to come in and set your business up from A to Z. Reach out to me ASAP. We'll set your business up from A to Z. So other than that, drop your questions. I'm going to be on for another 45 seconds, and then I'm going to wrap it up today, okay? Any other questions, guys? I want to make sure that we help. Like I said, this afternoon, the team, they have a few spaces open. If you need help, or if you're trying to, get a VA, or if you're trying to figure something out in your business, book a call with us on our calendar to see how we can best help you. Um, but other than that, guys, I got to go. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do me a favor, share this video with 5 people you know, like, and trust. I really appreciate it. Talk to you soon.